Oh, you on?
Yeah.
Welcome. This is the Poor Bad Boy Podcast. I'm your host, my Ray Vix. My guys, we with me in just a minute. And of course, this is an awesome show. We have Michael Andre here. We about to crank out the intro in just a second. But on today's show, NICO, I Am I Lava. What the hell going on with that? NBA playoffs, NFL draft preview, best defensive prospects, and we're gonna have a black thought tonight. My black thought is it's getting hot outside. That's my black thought. But of course, this is the part of the show I say, let's go.
Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Boys. Yeah. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We them boys.
And of course, this is the Fort Valley Boy Podcast. We're on Sundays and Wednesdays. We're trying to figure out when we're going to come back on Sundays and Wednesdays. We'll figure that part out. Crazy straws. If you're crazy and got a straw, get your crazy straws. And speaking of crazy straws, here is the founder of Crazy Straws, Ryan Anderson. Ryan, tell them about your product.
Hey, so if you want straws, you want them crazy, you want them loop to loops, you want them squared off, you want them in different colors. Crazy Straws is where it is at. Hey, NBA playoff time. Get your favorite team straw. We got the little straw, we got the little decals on it. Hey, get you some Crazy Straws, ladies and gentlemen.
Go ahead, Ryan. Tell me about the net one.
Just for men. Now, some people like my man JB needs that Beijing black. James Brown, CBS Sports. Love you, James Brown. But hey, you older than me. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. But hey, if you still try to keep that youthful appearance and you don't think you too young to be great, Just for Men is where it's at, ladies and gentlemen. Just for Men. Walgreens, Walmart, CVS, get you some.
All right. Next one.
Hey, my guy over there, Michael Atwater. How long you done had ways, Michael Atwater? Okay, he done had ways since I known him. 1994. Since 1994. He's a ball man. He's a ball man. But Dax Wave and Groom will bring it out to you, ladies and gentlemen. Dax Wave and Groom, the red can, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or your local beauty supply. Damon's new podcast, Chopping It Up. Hey, we miss you, Damon. We miss you, baby. Hey, check him out. Give him some on his Patreon page. Chopping It Up. Damon on his thing, on his stuff. Arizona tea, 98 cents in the can. Still instant diabetes, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to be like Wilford Brimley, go ahead and get you some Arizona tea. But if you want to stay a little healthier, don't do it. Don't do it. 98 cents, Walgreens, Walmart, wherever you can find it. BuyANiceShirt.com. Our guy Bernard Ingram. Hey, Fort Valley, Alabama A&M. The Divine Nine, if you will. The Divine Nine, if you will. Who are that, Mike? Divine, if you will. If you will. Hey, go ahead. Hey, BuyANiceShirt.com. He gonna get you set up. Hey, Faith been putting this stuff on here that he been getting from BuyANiceShirt.com. Y'all need to check it out.
You better. And last one, our favorite one.
Henny, Coke, Crown Royal, XO, and ginger ale, sometimes Sprite, the dark liquor.
Journalist John McCormick learned.
If you diabetic, go and get that Coke Zero.
Exactly. They make everything in zero. Coke Zero, Sprite Zero.
All sure zero.
I'm sure it's a ginger ale zero. Seacrum zero out there somewhere.
To examine John's cell phone.
God, what it do? What it do?
He had been living
But
in
Shoot, man, let's get that thing started, man. this thing in Tennessee has taken a turn for the weird, not the worst, the weird. Nico Iamaleava has basically walked out on the team because he wanted more money. And since he plays in the SEC, the portal opened up this week. And guess what? The conference he cannot sign in this year. The SEC. So any dreams of Georgia or Ole Miss or even Alabama getting him are dashed for this year. There are only two schools that are looking at getting him, I believe, on UCLA, and I forgot the other one. That's Mike probably tell me who it is.
So from everything that I've heard, he is going to UCLA.
Yeah, I heard the nigga. Dang, I heard he going to UCLA. That's what I heard too. Yeah, I almost said it, but y'all heard he going to UCLA. Cuz
You say that nigga about to go to UCLA?
Well, I was about to say why he ain't going to UCLA, but I had to catch myself.
No, that's SN. That SN.
Well, I almost said it. I had to catch.
That stupid Negro.
With a name like that, he is SN.
Mike, what is your thoughts on this whole situation with this and the comments that Josh Heupel made that one player is not bigger than the program?
Man, let me start off by saying this, man, and I'm gonna go through the whole process. First of all, the NCAA, and I said this in one of the group chats or something earlier this week. You ever watched a movie, like a little teen movie, but a mom and dad go out of town for the weekend and they let the 15 or 16-year-old have a house. They don't lay no ground rules down. They just let him have a house. He have a wild party. They be bringing in kids and all kind of stuff. It's berserk at the house. Y'all don't see movies like that. I think Ferris Bueller was like that. You done had several movies where mom and dad go out of town for the weekend and the kids just ransack the house. They do what they want to the house. Didn't lay no ground rules down. Just told them, hey, be careful, A, B, C, D. That's what the NCAA had done with this transfer portal. Do you realize that the problem with all this starts with the NCAA because they didn't lay any ground rules down from the start. There was no ground rules, no restrictions, nothing from the jump. That's where it starts. If they would have implemented something from the jump as far as maybe a cap. Now, this is the thing about a cap. You can't really put a cap on NIL money because all schools are not built the same. Like the money that you get at Georgia Tech ain't gonna be the same money you get at Texas. Because of course, Texas and Georgia and some of these other schools, they make more money. So you couldn't really put a cap. But NCAA didn't lay any ground rules down with this NIL stuff from the start. Also, the NCAA could be looking at all this like, hey, y'all been whining and bitching at us for years about paying the athlete. Go ahead. We're going to just let y'all do what you do. That's how the NCAA can look at it, too. Hey, think about it. Since we've been kids, you've always heard people say, but these boys need to be paid. These boys need to be paid. So the NCAA can look at us and look at everything like, okay, well, shoot, y'all pay them. Y'all go ahead. Y'all been bitching and whining at us forever. Y'all gonna pay them. Now let me get into, that's the NCAA side. Let me get into NICO, then I get into Tennessee. NICO, well, first of all, the average quarterback in college right now, if you're a starting quarterback on a big time program, you get anywhere between $3 to $4 million. NICO didn't do nothing wrong. First of all, there's not a quarterback in college right now that's done won a national championship. All of them gone. So you getting $3 or $4 million as a quarterback. He was asking for what the market is for a college quarterback. This is no different than the NFL does with the franchise tag. He's asking for the market value for his position. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, he handled it wrong because I done heard stuff about him asking for money last year before the playoffs start and, not showing up for practice. I'm not going to be with that. I'm definitely not with that. But him asking for $4 million, there's nothing wrong with it. He went about it the wrong way. And finally, Tennessee, I salute to the Volunteers because you weren't going. It wasn't the fact that NICO didn't deserve the money. It's just the fact that you ain't gonna tell us how to handle our business. So we took care of our business yourself. And I hope more schools take a look at this more. But we also, and this is it for me, we also have got to stop being them old grumpy men on the porch telling people to get out our yard. Because one of the problems that we say and look at when it comes to this NIL and money and all this kind of stuff, oh, they making more money, they doing this and that. Man, time has changed. And if we're not gonna jump down these college coaches for leaving school after school or doing what they doing, we don't need to do it to the players. We only say it to the players because of historically they're the players and they need to stay in their place. It's amateurism. You getting paid to go to school, you out there. We need to stop that. We need to get off that we old school grew up this way. Them days are over, man. They out the way. So if we gonna fuss at these players for leaving, getting the portal, we need to jump on these coaches the same way.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Man, I agree with Michael. He went about it the wrong way. But man, I'm gonna tell you somebody else that got involved in it. It ain't really been said. Is Dan Lanning. Dan Lanning is the one that kind of leaked this whole thing because I heard that Dan Lanning was getting calls from NICO's people about, hey, can you get me this? Can you get me the 4 million? Now, Michael made a point earlier offline where it was no, it wasn't Michael, it was another one of our associates, one of our kinfolk made a point online. What has he done? He got them to the playoff. They didn't win an SEC championship, but he got them to the playoffs. They got put out in the first round. You're gonna have to give me something. I mean, it's a give and take relationship. I don't think he did enough to warrant the $4 million. Now, the whole thing about the NIL is you got people that are giving this money for other things, sponsorships, and it's name, image, and likeness. You got to. I mean, I need at least them to win the SEC before you could start talking about can you give me? You probably did. He must have been disgruntled at the first and already before all of this took place because this was the guy they hung their hat on. He sat back 1 year and then all of a sudden, now, you sit back 1 year, you play 1 year, and all of a sudden, oh, it's time to go. I don't get it. I don't get it. But hey, like Michael said, it on hit, it ain't nothing wrong with him getting it if that's what it says. But he just went about it the wrong way. Shouts out to Tennessee. No man is bigger than the team. No man is bigger than the team.
I mean, if we're gonna talk about what people done, then there's no quarterback in college football right now that deserves $4-5 million. Do we truly? What has Carson Beck done? Carson Beck played in what 2 SEC championship games. He never played in the playoff game, and do we technically give him the SEC championship because he didn't play in that second half? So if NICO didn't deserve that money, there's no quarterback right now. Like right now, when college football started, who is going to be the first team All-American, preseason All-American quarterback? We don't know. Who is it? Like all the good quarterbacks are gone. Jalen Miro gone. And if you think about it, let's look at the playoffs. The Ohio State, Will Howard is gone. I'm just going back to the national championship game. Will Howard, Riley Leonard gone. Quinn Ewers is gone. Who else played in the semifinals? The quarterback at Oregon. What was his name? I forgot. Dylan Gabriel gone.
Dylan Gabriel.
I think the Penn State quarterback is coming back. Georgia's uncertain at quarterback. Tennessee, we see what their situation is. So you got a lot of uncertainty at quarterback. Who's going to be the preseason All-American quarterback when the season starts? We have no clue. Last year this time, we
Arch
knew.
Manning.
Arch Manning.
And Arch Manning had, 3 starts his college career in 2 years, probably.
But that just goes to show where we are. Like you said, that just goes to show where we are.
So if NICO didn't deserve that money, and no, NICO didn't win the SEC, he didn't win a playoff game, but there ain't too many other people out there right now who won that same stuff, and they getting it. So NICO looking at it like, if Carson Beck and DJ Lagway and this dude can get their money, I went to the playoffs. I need to get it too. He just went about it the wrong way. That's all.
Point taken.
I
Point taken.
I mean, I can ask for $1 billion. I can ask for a full hairline. That don't mean I'm gonna get it.
But just saying that, yeah. I'm just saying. I mean, it's the thing about it is, Mike talked about a cap, man. I don't think a cap, but I think there's definitely some regulation that needs to happen with it.
That's
I
about
think
revenue share. I think they're talking about revenue sharing through all the colleges. So that is gonna be that's gonna
See,
be
the
the next step is
NCAA
revenue
should have
sharing.
enforced this from the start, Faith.
I agree,
When
Mike.
this NIL stuff started, they should have set some ground rules from the start, and they didn't.
I think it should have been an independent body that's governed by the NCAA that should have been there. There should be parameters. I really think it may be I think the cap should be up there, and I think
if it's, I mean, it's gotta be a cap. If you revenue share with all the colleges, I don't see how that's gonna be equitable. I don't think the Power Four are gonna like it. But if you know your quarterback gonna be $3 million, and you got 85 scholarship players, then the next thing is, are your walk-offs gonna get some of this money?
if they in the NCAA 20, if they in the college football 26, they should.
They should. So what we're looking at about $100 million per school for a salary cap, $60 million, $50 million. I think I suggested this last year. I think I don't know what you guys thought about it. I was saying a flat rate for every class, like freshman, sophomore, junior, and then senior. You get escalating salary scale, like like Mike, me and you in education. So after year 0, which would be your freshman year, you get this amount flat rate at any school. This will be revenue share, but it's equitable for every school. Let's say you get, no matter what your position is, your flat rate is $250,000 regardless. Then the next year goes up to 300, and then your third year you go to 400, and then your senior year $500,000. And keep it flat that way, so that way it's equitable for all schools. What do y'all think about that?
Yeah, but see, like I said earlier, you got to find a cutoff line with that, because Bowling Green ain't gonna have the same budget as Texas. Troy State ain't gonna have the same budget as Oregon. So you telling me a dude at Troy State gonna be making the same amount of money as a dude at Oregon and one of these Power 5 schools? Like, you gotta figure out that's the issue right there. Separating the P5 schools from the group of 5 schools. Because that revenue or the money that they will make at a group of 5 school, it ain't nowhere near what a Power 5 school. So, like I said, should I be getting the same thing at Bowling Green that Ryan get at Texas? That's the question.
That's why I say make it equitable for everybody, so that way it's an even playing field.
Or Faye, as bad as I hate to say this, Power 5 school may need to separate from the group of 5 altogether. And you got your own, all Power 5 schools will be created equal. You got your money, everybody have the same amount of money, you move on. And hell, I just thought about it. If you think about it, that ain't gonna be the same. Just like, for an example, let me just use this as an example. If the Power 5 schools say they separate from the group of 5, Georgia Tech ain't gonna have the same amount of money as Georgia. Wake Forest ain't gonna have the same amount of money as USC. So I don't know how you could do it.
oh, what a tangle where we weave when NIL was tries to succeed.
This is gonna be an ongoing topic until the NCAA fix this. I know revenue sharing is probably gonna be coming in about 2 years, so it's bound to happen. I mean, you have to have a salary cap. You're gonna have to, but you got to share the revenue. But like I said, I don't see it happening. But NIL, HELL, ring the bell. that's our segue to the NBA playoffs. I'm gonna start in the Eastern Conference, Mike. The playing games, the 7-8 playing games were last night. Orlando beat the snot out the Hawks, and Trae Young still needs to mature. He's been in the league for 9 years and still needs to mature. And Golden State won despite having a 20-point lead, almost blowing it. And the last 4 minutes of the game felt like an hour and a half where the referees blowing the whistle. Starting Eastern Conference. Does Orlando have a snowball's chance in Hades to beat the Celtics?
Nah. Next topic.
Okay. Ryan, what about you?
No.
Next
That's nah. Until somebody until somebody knocks the king off his throne, they are the kings.
All right. Let's see. 3-6 is the Knicks and the Pistons. This might be one of the more intriguing matchups on this bracket, probably. All. Pistons gonna beat the brakes off New York. Ryan.
Man, I don't see. I need something good to happen for New York, man. I need something good to happen for New York in these playoffs. I don't see it. I just think with the lineup that the Knicks gonna throw out there, man, if they really play Knicks basketball like they can play, I don't see it. I don't see it. I think the Pistons are a great team. Don't get me wrong, but goodness gracious, give me the Knicks in that one, man.
That's gonna go 7. That New York Knicks Detroit Pistons series is gonna resemble some of the basketball we witnessed growing up. That's what it's gonna do.
So
It's gonna be a
Patrick Ewing and Joe
physical,
Dumars, Patrick Ewing,
defensive minded. It's gonna be a tough physical series. They got some players on them squads that's like that. So it's gonna be a tough physical series. But I think the Knicks will have enough. I just don't like a lot of young teams, man. When it come to playoffs, I just don't believe in them a lot of times. When Faye go to the West, I'll talk about that too. But I just don't believe in them a lot like that.
Wanda Son Wicken, Charles Dickens, George Pickens. Pistons and 5.
Pistons in 5. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that's roughed up, boy.
Yeah. I think Mike, Tom Thibodeau. If they lose, he loses the first round. That's a wrap. Especially spent 5 first-round picks on Mikal Bridges and not Kevin Durant. You're gonna spend 5 first-round picks on Mikal Bridges and not Kevin Durant. That I know it's a Leon Rose issue, but
Yeah,
that was stupid.
That's crazy.
All right, let's go on to the Bucks and Pacers. Mike,
I think that's gonna be a 7-game series, and I think I'm gonna roll with the Bucks
without Dame.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Dame's out.
He ain't come back from blood clots. So it at least takes about 6 months because you can't do any type of movement when you got blood clots. You gotta take those blood thinners and see how it works. And
they act like he could be back after the first round.
And man, you saw Chris Bosh had to quit, had to retire,
and come back,
and try to come back, and then could come back. Wembanyama should be back by September. I guess probably because it's in the calf, not in the shoulder, because the shoulder is closer to the heart of the brain. So I'm guessing that's probably why those were extreme cases. But Dames is in the calf, but at the same time,
that's a lot of running.
That's a lot of running.
He won't be the same Dame. I don't think he would be the same Dame. Even if he did come back, he gonna have to get him out. Like in some sports, they make you get an all clear from several different doctors, man. And I think they would have to get something from several different doctors in order to clear him, for him to have confidence himself to play the way he plays.
Cookbook, Facebook, no nook. Pacers and 5.
Man.
Roughed up, boy.
Give me the pace.
Yeah,
Give me the pace. Give me the pace, but give me another game. Make it interesting. Then make it interesting. Pace and 6.
We all agree, whoever the Cavaliers play, they're gonna win that series regardless, right?
Right. I'm gonna agree.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the West, where we got Daffy Duck, Scrooge McDuck, Peking Duck. Start Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors. Mike, what's the biggest key for this series?
Oh man, young team versus an old team. That the legs of the of Golden State. Can they run with them boys? But this is a series I was talking about an older team playing a young team. I like Golden State in 6. I do. I believe in Jimmy Buckets and Mr. Curry.
Go ahead, Ryan.
I guess my thing, are they ready? Is Houston ready to take on these grizzled veterans? These grizzled veterans. If they ready and they show they ready, I don't see why not. But man, this just to get the last game of the season showed me they still got something left in the tank. So I'll say Golden State in 7.
I don't. Houston had the assets to get KD. Houston has the assets to get Devin Booker. Houston has a lot of assets where they could have made some moves. They could have got Zach LaVine if they wanted to. That would have been a good fit. Could have got De'Aaron Fox. That would have been a good fit for that team. If you really wanted to, you could have got Luka.
Yeah, could have.
With that being said, Ime Udoka is a great coach. He's just not going to show it this year. As much as I don't want to pick Golden State to win this series in 6, Golden State going to win this in 6.
Yeah, Golden State. I'm going with them cagey veterans.
Yeah, I want Houston to win because I can see Ime and LeBron fight it out because, LeBron Petty, he had invited Neil along to a party just to meet Cameron. He made with pissed about it. But never mind. Put that back.
Oh, how you gonna get mad, bro? How you gonna get mad?
Kanye said it best. When you get on,
yep.
Get down, boy. Get down, boy. Go ahead, get down.
Get down, girl. Go ahead, get down.
Get down. All right. This probably might be the best series in the whole Western Conference.
Denver and the Clippers.
Thank you, sir. The last time these teams met in the playoffs, it was in the bubble. What am I gonna say? Bubble. I'm gonna say in a segregated location due to the coronavirus. Clippers were up 3-1. Something Doc Rivers is being good at, being open the series and wetting the bed. That was his last series when the Clippers got fired. Then of course next year, T. Lue took him to the conference championship first time in franchise history. Doc had several runs at the apple at that, but he did what it 1 yard does when they don't put a diaper on when they go to bed.
Stuck it up.
To pay. I have to pay. I got to pay.
Over under is 2.5 games for Kawhi to play in. Is you taking the over or under, Mike?
I'm going over. He done played in a lot of games in a row. I'm going over.
I'll get over too. I like the way Kawhi played Sunday, man. Kawhi. If we get that Kawhi, this a different series.
Yeah, give
the
me
Kawhi. That's the Finals MVP Kawhi right there.
Clip City, Chip City. Give me the Clippers in 5.
Once you get everybody going 5, don't it?
I know we're going 6. I picked the Golden State Warriors at 6, though, to be fair. But if Kawhi don't play, if Kawhi, I'm not speaking this, but he has a track record of this happening. Kawhi's gonna drop 32 on the game 1. Then he could be out for the rest of the series.
Oh wow.
We hope not.
But I hope not either, but we'll see. I'm picking Clippers because they still got the same coach. They got the same coach. That's the only reason why I'm picking the Clippers. If Mike Malone was there, I'm picking the Nuggets. If Mike Malone was still the coach, I'm picking the Nuggets. Lakers and Timberwolves. We got Teen Wolf, Werewolf, Timberwolf.
Man, this dude fade crazy, man.
Stage hand, handmade, tailor made. Key to the series, Ryan.
Man, if Luka and LeBron can keep playing the same pace they were playing to get to the position, if they keep playing, I mean, Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5.
Michael.
Somebody better contain Anthony Edwards. That's all I'm gonna say. Because nobody was really expecting them to beat Denver last year, and they went on a run. Somebody better get Anthony Edwards.
He can score 50.
Well, who else?
Yeah, who else?
You better contain him.
He can score 50, but who else gonna score?
Yeah, true.
They'll run no place for Rudy. Nas Reed's not gonna be able to give you 40 minutes a night. No matter who can defend him, he can have 50, 60.
So we're just gonna let him get it.
That what the Pistons did to the Lakers in 04.
It's 2 injections from a healthcare provider. As few as 60.
Yeah, I'm with that.
They let Shaq score all they want to, and they just beat the hell out of the Lakers. They held them under 90 points, I think, every game that series. Except for game 2 where they won in overtime. But other than that, they completely dominate the Lakers. A gentleman's sweep.
Mm-hmm.
Jamal Jenkins could probably go our Ant-Man better than anybody in the Lakers, but who else gonna go?
Man, that dude here, man.
I'll give Jamal a compliment.
He's so crazy.
Ain't like Jamal watching anyway. Chick tender.
Boy, crazy.
I'm better than LeBron. I grew up in the same hometown. He's a buster. I love Jordan, even though Jordan was 1-9 in his first 3 years in the third round against the Celtics. I couldn't win without Pippen, but everybody said I won all those championships.
Yep.
I was crying because the Pistons beating my behind every night. They had made rules for me, and they all got mad and made a rule.
That sound like it.
Yeah, I know. I only played 14 years. We ain't gonna count the 4 years I took off with being suspended for gambling. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Oh, no, you can't mention that.
You can't mention that. You played them 4 extra years.
They discovered a blood trail.
That's 8,000 points. And guess what? LeBron still would have passed you in scoring.
Yep.
LeBron would have played 2 more years than you did, and LeBron is a more complete player. LeBron, I'm not opening up a whole nother door. Jordan is probably might be the greatest athlete. I say Jerry Rice or Muhammad Ali or Jesse Owens.
He up there.
But yeah, he's one of the greatest athletes. Not the greatest athlete. Greatest basketball player. We're gonna count rings. Then Bill Russell's the greatest basketball player ever because of rings. And we're saying points. Then that's LeBron is the greatest scorer because he has the most points, not average. I mean, I'm not opening the GOAT conversation, Jamar. All I'm saying, I'm just making a point that we had Jamal. If I'm doing my Jamal Jenkins, yeah, he played 4 less years. He would have had 2. You extrapolate as an SAT word, people extrapolate those 4 years to average his points he scored in a year. he would have had about 39,000 points, 38. LeBron still would have passed him. He had 2 more years. Of course, LeBron came straight out of high school to college, straight out of high school to the league. I ain't saying LeBron's the greatest. He's great. Jordan's GOAT, but let's not just you know.
I guess my thing. Well, now I'm not gonna. I'm like you say. I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna
Nope.
do it.
Nope.
Not gonna do it. I mean, Jordan never went to the. Jordan went 3 in a row and quit twice. He quit twice. LeBron's only been knocked out the first round twice. Jordan been knocked out the first round 4 times, all in sweeps.
Yeah, but why you flip that? Jordan ain't never lost in the finals either. So either way, it's tomato.
It's a wash. That's to me. That's a wash.
It go either way.
Anyway, like I said, I'm not saying LeBron's the greatest player. No, he's great. I think when we talked about this during the pandemic, my exact words were LeBron James will have the greatest career, but Jordan will probably be the greatest player.
That's
But
it.
if you add in college championships, then Lou Alcindor had the greatest career.
Yeah, you can throw that in there too.
So
he won 4 and then 6 NBA championships.
No, he won 3. He only won 3
because that's right. He couldn't
play freshman year. He couldn't play his freshman year.
That's right. That is right.
Jamar, I did not say LeBron is the greatest. All I said was LeBron probably had the greater career, longevity. He's more magic than Michael. And plus the fact that he burnt Stephen A. ass on Pat McAfee, which is true. Stephen A. probably watches it right now. Matter of fact, let me tag Stephen A. Smith so I can make sure he watched it. He ain't gonna watch it. He ain't gonna watch it. So that way y'all know I'm not lying.
Ryan, get your boy, man. Get your boy, Ryan.
let me tag Stephen
A.
On to the next one.
Do something with your boy, dog.
Hold up, freeze. Let's go on to the next subject, please.
Jamon, do something with your boy, dog.
I mean, let me do it now, right quick. Oh, just so y'all know I ain't lying. There you go.
And this dude tagged Stephen A. Smith for real too.
Whoa, Jamal. Whoa, don't do that. When you try to have no Michelle's on, my Michelle. That my Michelle.
What's the next matchup?
The lab one is OKC against Dallas or Memphis. The answer is gonna be OKC in 5.
Yeah, either way, I can see if they play Memphis, it actually being a game. But if it's Dallas, I see it a sweep. I see 4 if they play Dallas.
That's if SGA don't get hurt. SGA gets any type of injury. Give it on up.
It's over.
All right. Who are y'all picks for the finals? Since we probably picked them early in the year, I think they probably varied just a little bit from October to now. Ryan,
just a little bit. Boston out the East, like I said, until you beat the King.
You best not miss.
What's that now? Best not miss. Best not miss. They best not miss. Boston out the East. And give me the Timberwolves out injury. Depending on injuries, give me the Timberwolves.
I'm going Boston, Denver, man.
You still think Denver gonna come out of there?
I got faith in Joker.
And Russell?
I like Denver. That Denver Clippers series gonna be interesting.
Russell Westbrook haven't been out the first round since 2020, and then when they played the Lakers, they let him shoot all on three.
Yeah, I'm going Boston Denver.
Okay, that's I'm gonna go Boston. I don't even care who come out the West. It don't even matter.
I think the real NBA final would be when you get to the Eastern Conference final. You got the Lakers and the Cavs and the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference final. I really think that it would be good to see the Lakers come out the West just because of everything that they've gone through in the star power. I don't know if it's gonna happen. So
yeah, I don't trust the Cavs. They struggle down the stretch, and Donovan Mitchell has a bum ankle going into this series. I do not trust them right now. And Kenny Atkinson, he's done a great job. He was a good coach with the Nets before he got fired for Steve Nash, who was not a good coach for the Nets. I do not see the Cavaliers going to the conference championship. I'm calling it right here. It's going to be the Pacers and the Celtics again in the Eastern Conference Finals, and the Celtics are going to struggle with them this year because I think the Pacers are healthier now than versus last year when Halliburton pulled that hamstring. He was out for the rest of the series. I think that's going 6. Celtics are still going to win that series, and it don't matter who come out the West. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. In the words of Mike Golick or Stupid A Smith, you can book it.
Yeah, you can book that.
Celtics.
Tell your doctor if new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes.
my pick to repeat.
Or parasitic infection or asthma.
Megamind.
Stop other treatments.
Be kind.
What will you do?
Drink some wine.
The pulmonologist.
Celtics in 5.
Oh, Megamind, be kind, drink some wine. Celtics in 5.
All right, last time, Mike. This is all you. NFL Draft Confidential. Defensive prospects.
Man, NFL draft. Man, I just realized today, bro. NFL draft starts next Thursday.
Is it next
I just
Thursday or this
realized that,
Thursday?
man.
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday, okay.
It's next Thursday. So when you look at the NFL draft, man, we talked about quarterbacks. I don't think we were supposed to talk about running backs last week, running backs and wide receiver. So this week we're looking at the top defensive player and a person that could possibly go number 1 in the draft is Abdul Carter, the DN over at Penn State. Some more notable defensive players. Remember this name right here, man, Mason Graham, D tackle up at Michigan. He could be a top 10 pick. Um, you also got a pair of Georgia players, Jalen Walker, Mikael Williams. They could be first rounders. So those are the top at that position. Right now, they saying the top corner is a guy from East Carolina named Siobhan Reeval. And it ain't Darrell Reeves' son, Siobhan Reeval Jr. Walter Nolan should be getting drafted. So that's a look at some of the top defensive players that getting drafted. With that being said, you are on the clock, Ryan, and we're gonna do an NFL mock draft next week. But
Okay.
Ryan, right now, what do you want your Steelers to get? Don't make the selection. What do you want? What do you want in order as far as your draft pick, sir?
It depends on the next week. I think we're gonna need, as always, Steelers always find a way to need a DB. So I think we need a DB, a defensive player first, followed by followed by probably a quarterback, then a receiver, and another defensive. We really need a defensive lineman. Cam Hayward has gotten so long in the tooth. I needed somebody that's going to play that nose and get in there. So yeah, we're going probably more defense and all. We'll probably need offensive linemen too. It's a couple of things. So with the first pick, I think we really will go. I think we'll go defense with the first pick. Depending on how next week rolls out with Mr. A Ron.
Gotcha.
I know I'm changing the subject right quick. Oh, this 2024. Okay, never mind. Okay, I was about to know that would get mad. My bad. I was looking at tailgate ticket for Fort Valley homecoming. It said sold out. But that was last year. My bad. You can continue. My bad.
I mean, that's pretty much it, man. Just talk about the defensive player. Some of the top running backs are gonna get drafted. Ashton Gentry gonna probably be the first running back off the board. I
Would
don't
it
know who.
surprise you? Would it surprise you if the kid from North Carolina came off before him though?
I've been hearing about him. I've been hearing he got a chance to go before him.
Hampton, Omarion, I think Omarion Hampton.
Yeah, but a lot of people now are saying that Ashton Gentry might not be a top 10 pick. He might not go top 10.
Did he run at the combine? I don't think he ran at the combine, did he?
I don't remember him running.
Did he run at his pro day?
He had to at his pro day.
I mean, your top 3 running backs, in my opinion, are going to be Gentry, Hampton, and Scatterboo. They got the most pub right now. And the 2 kids from Ohio State. That's going to be a 5 right there. That's going to go. They'll be first. They ain't going to all be first round. They're going to go day 3.
Well, the value of running back has changed. It's dropped drastically.
Well, it's going back. It's going back up now, though.
I really
With
wish, to be
Scatterboo.
honest, with that 12 pick that the Cowboys would get him. I really would. Ashton Gentry. I really, really would. But most likely they won't. They're gonna get something that they're gonna get somebody that most people ain't never heard of before. That's just the stuff that Dallas does.
It wouldn't be a bad thing for them to get one of them kids from Ohio State if they can grab one. If the other ones are gone, them some tough some guns, man.
Yeah. I think that's all we got, Fade.
Yeah, that's it, everybody. That's our show for tonight. We had no black thought. The only black thought we got is we black. And I thought we were black.
Say it loud.
I'm
black and I'm
black and I'm brown. I'm trying before we go, I'm trying to make sure I get some Mike, do you know who we play for homecoming?
No, sir. I don't know yet, sir.
Okay. Do we know the date for homecoming?
I want to say it's early, man, like October 4th or 5th.
But that's Central State. That's Central State. And Bennett, we're at Bennett. So it has to be Central State because that's only home game in October. So Central State, it's gonna be homecoming. I do not see the ticket info. I do not see they have not made available those tickets or tailgate. Jamon, I know you on there. I know you're watching. If I buy a portable speaker and get a generator, will we be able to do a show at tailgate? Oh, but Jamon said tailgate is already sold. It's sold already. How it's sold already? We ain't advertise it.
Man, they tripping.
Man, they'll probably be going homecoming. Man, they be doing some stuff, messed up stuff.
That's our show for this evening.
That's our show for this evening. We was on 50 minutes.
We out.
We out.
Love, peace, have grease.